This year I have decided to grow the black oil sunflower seeds by myself to get some of the seeds to make microgreens. So you can see that these are the big heads that the seeds are ready. Actually, this one is even drying on the plant, so I'm going to cut and save it. And I'm going to get this and then collect these seeds. This one still is a little bit yellowish, so I'm going to let it hang on the plant for a few more days, and then I will be collecting them. And there's like one small one here still. You can see that if the flowers are small, the seeds are also small too. It doesn't matter, you can actually make the microgreens. You know, you don't have to worry about how the plant is going to grow or how the flower is going to look, because you're just going to make the microgreen. So here are my sunflower seeds, the black oil sunflower seeds for microgreen. This is the sunflower head that I picked this morning. So these seeds are ready to be collected. So I'm going to see if I can see. You can do that. If you don't want to do it, you can simply put it in the brown bag and then let them fall out. So I like to do it. So now they are perfectly ready for making microgreens. So you can see that these are the previous batch that I collected from another sunflower head. See, you can see it's a little bit of round and short. It depends on the size of the flower, but they are all black oil sunflowers that I can actually use them for making microgreens. These are the black oil sunflower seeds that I collected from my garden. So I will be making microgreen. It's a little windy here. I will be making microgreen using these seeds, right? So the way that I would do is I'm going to have to soak them overnight. I am using about 4 tablespoons to fill in this size tray. This is just a regular food tray. I'm using it to use to grow the microgreen, because the amount of the harvest that I get from this size is perfect for me to use about a week or so. Otherwise, it's going to be too long, and then you don't want to store too long. So the way that you have to soak the sunflower seeds overnight is you cannot just put the seeds and then pour the water on and leave it there, because all of them will float. When sunflower seeds float, they will not be soaking evenly. So what I have to do is put it in some cloth and then wrap it and then put it in water, press it with something heavy so it stays like this. The whole thing is submerged in the water, right? So now it has been soaked overnight. Now I'm ready to make the microgreen. This is regular potting soil. You don't need to have a special one. I'm just going to pour that in here. I want to fill in about maybe an inch or so in here. You don't have to do it too much or too high. This is good enough. So now this is ready. So now I'm going to pour the seeds in here, and I'll just spread it evenly. Turn it inside out so I get all the seeds out. Now I get all the seeds. I'm going to spread it just like this, so they evenly spread it out. I'm going to make sure that you don't want to put them too much in the corner or the edge. So spread it try to spread it in the middle. Okay. And then it's good. So what I will do is put the piece of aluminum foil to make sure that they spread out and flatten out nicely. And then I have this little piece of kind of like a dry rock piece that I cut it to fit in here so that it stays there. And then now I'm going to put it, I'm going to go and put it at the place where I'm going to leave it the whole time to grow. Okay. I am going to leave this at this spot. This spot does not get any direct sunlight, but it gets a lot of indirect bright light. So I have like a window over there and I have a sliding door here. So I'm going to leave it here so it's going to get indirect sunlight. If you put it in the direct sunlight, even in the house, it's going to grow unevenly. Some of them will come up, some of them will be long, some of them will be short. So you want to make sure that it does not get direct sunlight. So now that it's here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put something on top of it. It could be anything. Now I'm using another piece of this kind of container, and then weight. Any kind of weight, you can use any kind of weight. You can use brick, if you can find a small brick that can fit in here. This is heavy enough to keep them pressed. So what you're doing is trying to mimic the soil that is on top of the seeds when you are growing it in the soil, so that the seeds will push to come up. If you don't put the weight on, they're going to be all crawling instead of coming up. So it's important that you have to put the weight on. Okay, so now I'm going to leave it here. The next time I'm going to be checking this is going to be on the third day. This is the first day, and then on the third day I will be checking. I might put a little bit water from the bottom, okay, from here. So what I do is here I can lift and I can water from the bottom. That's it, and then we'll check in about 3 days or so. After about 4 days, you can see that all of these little sprouts are pushing this whole thing. I'm going to show you. See, they're all coming up. What I'm going to do is, you can see at the edge, because of that the lights can go in, they're pushing up a little bit more and they're turning a little bit green. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put another flat surface on top to hold them a little bit more and a little bit longer, so that the sprouts are all stout and short. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one on top and put this back on one more day, just maybe one more day, and then next day I'm going to remove the weight and the cover out, and this way the sprouts are going to continue to grow. This is day 5. Now you can see that the edge of the little sprouts are really trying to push out. So this is right after I remove the weight and also the cover. Now you can leave it just like this. See, there's some little ones there coming up. I'm going to toss it up. So now this is ready to be, just leave it alone like this. What I am doing is putting the tray, put this little tray into a bigger tray so that the husk can fall, because this is the messy part of making the sunflower microgreen. It's going to shed out all these husks and then it will fall onto the floor if you don't have any tray here. So at this point I can actually, because this has been like just like this for 5 days without any new water, so now I can water just a little bit, not too much, from the top. After today, next time I water, I'm going to be watering into the tray. I will not be touching the leaves to water, to prevent from making mold or or ruining the plant or anything like that. So this is it. In maybe about 3 days or so, they will be ready for harvest. This is day 8. After the 5th day, I open the cover and then also continue to water. 3 days after that, now it is ready for the harvest. The way that you can harvest is some people like to use the scissors to cut it, but I'm going to use a very sharp knife. So you can make sure that there are some of the plants still have the husk in there. What you can do, you can remove it. It will continue to grow, or you can wait until they all fall into the tray bag. So the way that I'm going to harvest is use a very sharp knife, hold it, and then cut it. Now I have harvested the sunflower microgreen. That's it. These can be used with the salad, your dish. Just use it on top of any dish, or even put it in your omelet. You can cook it. It tastes really good, and have fun with it.